Hey everyone, I got back from Japan a little while ago and I'm finally organized enough to start making videos about it. So we've got 3 vlogs in total and this is the first one and it's titled The Haul. So a couple of things I wanted to say first up is prior to going to Japan, a lot of you joined me for a 24-hour live stream where I was doing a little bit of fundraising as well, hoping to get some stuff together so that I could hopefully get a laptop and a camera so I could make content while I was over there. The problem was, you know, like the goal for that was a pipe dream and I never expected you guys to really donate anything, let alone how much you guys did. In total, we got around $350 Australian, but what that did allow me to do, thankfully, was pick up the camera that I'm now speaking to you guys on, and as you can tell, it's significantly better quality than the previous solution, which was using a crappy webcam. Now, the donations that you guys sent in wasn't quite enough to get the camera that I'm using at the moment, but we have this wonderful thing over here called Afterpay. Not a sponsor, I wish they were. I use them all the time, but it's basically just this program where select retailers sign up and I can pay for this camera in 4 installments rather than just paying the $800 Australian that it cost up front. So I've paid it off in installments. You guys covered about 1.5 of those installments and I'm due to make my last installment sometime soon. So the camera is half you guys, it's half me. It allowed me to get some cool shots and limited video footage while I was in Japan. It allows me to make all of my face cam videos a lot better, and it also allows for future vlogging, future event coverage, and that kind of thing. So I'm super thankful that you guys donated, and I really can't thank you guys enough for that. There is one final thing that I wanted to talk about before moving on to the actual Japan vlog, and that is that as part of this vlog series I'm going to be giving away some stuff, and that'll just be some stuff, you know, it's nothing spectacular, but it's just some little packs that I've been able to put together from stuff I got in Japan, that's stuff that you can only get in Japan, so I thought it would be cool to just send you guys some Christmas presents. That'll be at the end of the video. I'll show you what you guys can win as part of this one and what you have to do. It's super easy. I'm going to do my best to remember where I got each thing from, but I can't make any promises on that because I went everywhere. So we'll start off with the Sailor Moon part of the haul. I'm a massive Sailor Moon fan. More specifically, I'm a massive Sailor Mercury fan. There is Sailor Mercury tattooed, and yeah, I bought a lot of Sailor Mercury stuff. I bought a lot of Sailor Moon stuff. So first up, there is a Sailor Moon store in Harajuku, and that's where I got a pair of Sailor Mercury socks from. They probably won't fit me, but you know, you just have to buy them, don't you? A Sailor Mercury, like, Tsum Tsum ripoff. It's like a little beanbag thing, and it looks kind of weird, but again, you know, it was relatively cheap, but you have to buy it. Now, this is the second keyring that I bought. I actually bought a Vegeta keyring much earlier into the trip because I knew that I needed a keyring. It's something that I was going to pick up when I was over there, and I also love Vegeta. So I picked this up pretty early on, but then I found this and I kind of just couldn't say no. So we got that as well. Continuing with the Sailor Moon store in Harajuku, I got a Sailor Moon desktop calendar. Really, dog? Really? Now, this is something that I saw and didn't immediately want to buy because it was quite expensive. I mean, it is really cool and I will get it out.
2 hours later. 1 eternity later.
So much later that the old narrator got tired of waiting and they had to hire a new one.
They're like separate discs for each month, and you pop them in a little holder and it sits on the desktop. This is something that I eventually did end up wanting to buy because I used to have, back in 2017, I had a desktop calendar just to keep an eye on the date, essentially, but also I wrote down significant dates for game releases in which I wanted to review, so I could make sure that I reached out to the right people at the right time, you know, not too late. So I thought this would be perfect. You know, I only need little notes. There's plenty of room to write on these. So yeah, picked up that as well. The final thing from the Sailor Moon store is some lollies. They're strawberry flavor. I don't know what they're going to be like. But we'll probably try them in, I'll try all the food related stuff in a different vlog, so we'll keep that for some other time. But yeah, some delicious lollies. Now continuing with Sailor Moon for a little while still, not too many things left, but from the Biori shop, which is like a character, you know, it's mostly like makeup and stuff, and I did make my friend get me a Cardcaptor's like blush and lip gloss that I obviously haven't used because I don't wear makeup, but it was just so cool I couldn't say no. So they make a lot of like cool Sailor Moon and Cardcaptor Sakura and other type, you know, that type of anime. They make like makeup and stuff like that, but I ended up just picking up some Sailor Moon masks. Masks are very popular in Japan and many Asian countries. And it's not to protect you from getting sick, as in like, you know, if I was sick, if you were sick, I wouldn't put one of these on, you would put one of these on. So it's actually a courtesy thing. If you yourself are feeling sick, you put on one of these masks so you don't spread the germs to other people. And it's like purplish and it's got like lunar and stuff on them. So, you know, they were cheap. Why not? I picked this up from just a random shop in Akihabara. There are like a million over there. I couldn't remember the name of it. It was in one of the massive multi-story buildings that just have a million different stores in them. It's just like a Sailor Mercury wand thingy, and again, you can't say no. Now, the big Sailor Moon purchase was a Proplica Moonstick, which we are going to unbox right now for the first time. I had seen these obviously over here. I'd seen, you know, similar ones at other Proplicas, and they're all really, really expensive. And this wasn't cheap, but it was definitely like half the price of what I've seen them over here. So I had to pick one up. As soon as I saw it, I knew I had to get one. They were very limited over there. Apparently they've only just had a re-release for this, and it was strictly one per customer. So me and a friend over there also bought one, and I managed to be able to even let us get two from the same store. Even though we were separate people, it was difficult. So really cool, and we're going to have a look at it for the first time because I haven't seen it outside the box yet. I'm so happy. Oh my goodness. I mean, come on. Come on, guys. I think I'm going to have to construct this and use it on video at some point. So maybe you'll see it in the next Japan vlogs or possibly something else, because this isn't even put together properly. Not even everything is in this, and I'm happy. So that concludes the Sailor Moon section, I guess. We'll move on to the next largest collection of stuff that I got over there, which is Tales. And I love Tales more than anything. I think it's my favorite game series, like by far. I just absolutely love the Tales series. As you can see, Edna and Mila and Ludger and a couple of other things are up there. But yeah, I really love Tales, and there was a lot of Tales there that I wanted to get. So first up, from Super Potato in Akihabara, I got a boxed, complete with manual Tales of Fantasia on the Super Famicom. And this is something I was going to keep my eye out for when I went over there. You know, Tales of Fantasia didn't come out over here until like the Game Boy Color version, which was like a decade after its original release, or close to. So this is something that's really cool. I won't unbox this. I'll keep this in the plastic, because it's just going to be something that'll be a display piece. You know, I'm not planning on actually, I don't have a Famicom to start with. So yeah, it'll be a display piece. But yeah, it's complete with manual and everything. It's just really cool, and I'm super psyched that I got this. Moving on to the Tales character shop, or just Tales of shop. It's above Kotobukiya in Akihabara. Upstairs is like a Tales character shop, so it just sells a lot of Tales stuff. They get a lot of the Tales of Festival merch after the Tales of Festival has been completed. So there's a couple of cool things there. I got this Edna glass. Edna is one of my favorite Tales characters ever. You know, despite her coming from Zestiria, she made that game for me. As you can see, that my Edna statue is still one of my favorite things that I own. So the glass, you know, I don't know, you know, like how amazing this glass is. It says Edna on it, and it's in the shape of a little boot, and it's just something. It was marked down significantly. There were only a couple left, and I just thought, it was like $5. I'm getting it. There wasn't a lot there that I wanted to pick up, and there was barely any merch for like Tales of Exilia, you know, because it's more the current stuff. So there was Berseria stuff, even Zestiria stuff, and a lot of the mobile games, but you know, there wasn't much Exilia and Exilia 2. Exilia is my favorite Tales game by far. It's one of my favorite games ever, and I did spot at the corner of my eye a clock with Tales of Exilia on it, and I just sort of had to get it. So I haven't even seen what this looks like. You know, there's a little picture there, but it's kind of hard to tell. So let's open it up. All right, so here it is. This is a desktop clock. So it does have little like legs that I've got to screw in. And it sits on the desktop. So yeah, that is pretty cool. I don't regret buying this at all. Alright, so these next two pickups, Tales pickups, were from, I believe it was a store in Shibuya, which had, like, it had new merch, it had pre-owned merch. It was just this, it was sort of a pop-up store just in one of the department stores. I can't remember the place. No, the sticker just says, thanks, paid. So I'm not sure exactly what the store was called, but I'm pretty sure it was in Shibuya, and it just had a lot of stuff there. I bought more than just the Tales stuff, but we'll just go through the Tales stuff. There's only two pickups, but I bought a lot from that store. So both of the things are 20th anniversary Tales merch. There is this package, which I believe is a sound. I wasn't even sure what it was. I just saw 20th anniversary Tales on it, and I always thought, I'm getting this. So I believe it's a CD and possibly like a poster of some description, or yeah, something like that. But 20th anniversary Tales merch, can't say no. And the other thing is the 20th anniversary memorial cake, which is topped with three of the characters there, three of the lead main male characters. But we'll definitely be setting that up, and it will be sitting behind me in future videos, that's for sure. So I'm very happy that I found these 20th anniversary Tales stuff. The final Tales pickup, and I found this, and it was so cheap, and I didn't know if I was going to have room for it in the suitcase, because, you know, we were already getting a little bit packed up with the large boxes, but it was like 1,200 yen, which is like $15, and it is Mila Maxwell from Exilia 2 in her amazing outfit. It's exactly like the ones I have behind me that came in like the Tales of Exilia Collector's Edition, which are proper, really well-made figurines. You know, these generally you'd see these over here for like $110, $120. So I was super happy that it was unopened, and it was like $15 at a store in Akihabara, just another one of the many random stores that sells new and pre-owned goods. So yeah, I was very happy with this, and I did manage to fit it in the suitcase, thankfully. So that's Tales done. Now it's time for, I'm going to say, Nintendo and Pokemon related goods. I didn't get a whole lot of that stuff, but that's sort of like the next collection. All the other stuff is basically just randoms. So we'll go through the Nintendo stuff pretty quickly. I got a Monster Hunter Stories or Monster Hunter Generations amiibo. There was like 4 of these, and they were Japan exclusive amiibos, and I have a lot. I have pretty much all the amiibos that came out over here, almost all of them, not quite all, but you know, a lot. And I saw this. I saw this a couple of places. Like they had a couple of one-ofs left, and it was always Dan and whatever this thing he's riding is called. But yeah, I picked up one of these, and I also found a single packaged Marina. This was downstairs in Shibuya. Like, there's the main Starbucks out the right near the major crossing that everybody videos and takes photos of because it's like the craziest, busiest crossing in the world. There's a Starbucks there, and it's part of a department store, and downstairs they have a game shop, and they had this sitting there. I was on the lookout for Pearl, but I did not find Pearl, only found Marina, but it's a couple of amiibo pickups. Then from one of the Pokemon centers that we went to, and I believe this is one in Sunshine City, but I'm sure you'll be able to find it at any Pokemon center, I got some Ditto candies, and they're like, yeah, little lollies, little candies, and it comes in this very cool tin, and they gave me, they gave me like a special Pikachu card and stuff because they were doing promotions for it. If you shopped at the Pokemon Center, you got specific things depending on how much you spent. So yeah, I got a little Pokemon card and a little like postcard sort of thing. So they're actually part of the giveaway stuff, so I haven't got them ready here for you right now. And the final thing was from the Pokemon Cafe. Now this books out generally pretty quick. We got in the day before Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu and Let's Go Eevee launched, so we did actually have a surprise visit from a giant Eevee mid-meal, and we got a special coaster and that kind of thing, and I got one of the very special coasters because they're all randomized. You had to pick like a picture of a Pikachu she was carrying around a tablet, one of the waitresses, and you had to pick one of them, and it gave you, like, it told you what coaster you would get. And there was like special, very limited edition ones that had Pikachu and Eevee on them. I got that one, which was really cool. But you'll see the pictures of the meals that I had. They were all very cool. There was like Eevee burgers, and I got a carbonara in the shape of Pikachu's butt. It looked like just Pikachu's butt sticking out of like bushes, and underneath that was like carbonara pasta, and it was really good actually. But the coolest thing was the grape smoothie served in a Gengar glass, and you had the option to just get the smoothie and be served it, but you could get the smoothie and you could get the glass, and I got the glass because it wasn't that much extra, and it's really cool. It's even slightly purple, and it's really cool. You can see all the shots for the Pokemon Cafe on my Instagram, which will be in the link of the description, like it is every other time. But there was some really cool stuff there, and the food was okay, and it's a bit pricey, but the experience and getting to see that themed food, it's kind of cool. And I'll talk more about the places that I went in the next vlog, which will be about the places that I went. So now we're moving on to random things, and I'm just going to start with this. It's something that I didn't actually pick up in Japan. It's Tamagotchi. It's one of the newer ones, so it's like I think it's series 2 or 3, based, they're brand new, re-released, but they're based on the originals. And this I actually got the day before I left for Japan, because I was staying in Sydney the night before, and I visited my good friends at Bandai Namco Australia, and one of the guys there was awesome enough to give me one of these, and yeah, it's pretty cool. I picked like a glittery yellow one. Why not? Then there is one of the most like Instagram posts from my trip over there so far. I haven't even put up all the photos yet. I've been trying to space them out and just getting the right shots to put up in collections. But one of the most liked pictures was of the Evangelion titty water, is what I called it. But it's just water. It's just a bottle of water, but it's in the shape of a torso that's, reasonably anatomically correct. Now, I did go to Disney because my friends that I went with, I went with 2 of my friends, and one of my friends is, a big Disney person, and I'm not like outside of, like Marvel and Star Wars, the kind of stuff they do now, I obviously like. But in terms of Disney, I'm just not that big a fan. But I am a fan of Alice in Wonderland. So I went to both Disney Sea and Disneyland while over there. I only bought one thing though, and as I say, I'm a big Alice fan, and so I got this little teapot, and I was looking at it and I thought, it's got 3 little spouts, so it would be a trick teapot. Obviously only one of them spits out water, but no, all 3 of them will release water. So it's cool, you know. I was happy that, you know, I could at least find something at Disney that I wanted to buy, and that was it. I'm happy. Okay, then from that store in, I believe, Shibuya, the same place I got the 20th anniversary Tales merch from, I was on the lookout while over there for nightmare frames from Code Geass, because I love Code Geass, and, you know, I wouldn't say I'm a mech fan, because, you know, I haven't watched some of the biggest mech animes. You know, I'm not like, I don't seek out mech stuff, but I really did enjoy nightmare frames in Code Geass, and I already have a couple of nightmare frames, the robot spirits figures. I have like the Gawain and the Shenhu, and I was on the lookout for some over there. I really wanted to find the Mordred, but I did find one eventually, but it was, you know, really expensive, and that's the problem with these robot spirits figures, is that they're very expensive. But I did find 2 very reasonably priced. So I got the Gurren, which, you know, there are about 1 million different versions of the Gurren, 1 million different versions of the Gurren and the Lancelot, like 1 million different ones. And the Lancelot was absolutely everywhere. The Gurren was mostly absolutely everywhere, but this was very well priced. You know, I wasn't too interested in the Gurren, but I think I got this for like $18. And Robot Spirits figures go for $50, $60, $70 generally. You know, I bought the Gawain for like 50. No, I think I bought the Gawain for 70 and the Shenhu for 50. So I was happy to spend the $18 or whatever it was for this. And the other one I got was a special pink Vincent. So the Vincent was released in different model numbers, and they came in different colors. Well, there was a series of ones that came in different colors with just Vincent. I believe the model is just SP, so special, obviously, and they came in different colors. This is like a really shiny pink color, but they had it there, and it was a special edition one, and the Vincent is kind of cool, so I picked that up. We're getting right down to the end here, so I had to pick up something Nier Automata, and this was sort of everywhere at Kotobukiya and at Square Enix Cafe and everywhere, but I found a Nier Automata music box, and I'm going to open it up and we'll listen to it. So here it is. It plays Weight of the World from Nier Automata. Let's spin it up and see how it sounds.
Early the next morning.
Okay, maybe I wound it up a little bit too much, but that is so cool. I'm very happy. I did try and find some other Nier Automata stuff, but man, it was so expensive. You know, I wanted to get the 2B figure, but you couldn't find that for, the good 2B figure you couldn't find anywhere for under 120 bucks, like 130, sorry, no, it was more like, I mean, it was about 12,000 yen, which is like 150, 160, 170 dollars Australian. You know, it was a lot of money, and it's still quite small. You know, I still want to find some more Nier Automata stuff, maybe in the future, but at least I got that music box. And the final thing I have to show you from the haul is from the Studio Ghibli, or Ghibli Museum. I still say Ghibli, even though I know it's technically properly pronounced Ghibli, but anyway, to get there is incredibly hard if you live in Japan. You can only get the tickets through a convenience store chain called Lawson's, and people like get there at 4 in the morning for these things to go live at 6, and the tickets just sell out instantly. Thankfully for overseas visitors, they have very limited amounts that go on sale, I believe months in advance, and we got one through our travel agent. So I was super happy to go there. It's a very cool place. You aren't allowed to take photos or videos inside. You are allowed to take photos in limited places outside, where they have like a big statue and just sort of the outside of the museum. But some of the stuff inside is just so very, very cool, like some of the exhibits. And there was this one room where they were showing you all these different techniques that you could it was like this big sort of display where it was like a strobing light and a thing that moved around, and it made it look like a full scene, like a 15-second scene was playing out, and it was just really, really cool stuff. Amazing place. You know, you don't spend a whole lot of time there, but one of the features of the museum is that they have 6 exclusive short films there, and they rotate them. So every time you go, it will be a different, well, hopefully it will be a different short film playing. And to see these films, it's the only place you can go. They have a little theater in there, and it's all in Japanese, you know, so you can't, there's no English subtitles either. So, you know, I couldn't understand it, but the animation is just so beautiful. Like, it's so gorgeous that it was just enjoyable to watch the short film anyway. And afterwards, or in the gift shop I should say, they sell books for the 6 different short films. And so I picked up the book for the one that I saw. I believe it's called like The Day I Harvested a Planet or something like that. And you know, you could sort of get the gist of what was going on even without understanding what was being said. But just some of the animation was so cool and wonderful. So I couldn't say no. These were like $5 for these. So I just thought, I'm definitely getting I'm definitely getting the book on the movie that I saw. So that concludes the haul. That is everything that I bought, or mostly everything that I bought while I was over there, or acquired while I was over there, apart from food and that sort of thing. I did have a bunch of Kit Kats as well, but to be honest with you, I ate them all. So sorry about that. So as for the giveaway, as I said, I've put together a bunch of, I haven't really 100% finalized what's going to be in each of the packs, but I'm thinking for this one, I'm going to send you guys one of the larger things, one of the cooler things that I'm going to be giving away. And in one of these shops that I went to, it was like just basically, you know, like a toy shop, but they had a very cool Dragon Quest display. They had every Dragon Quest game in a cabinet and a bunch of exclusive Dragon Quest merch, but they also running a special Dragon Quest lottery. And these, some of the products in it were exclusive to the lottery. And basically you would pay, I can't remember, I think it was 500 yen for a go, and you would literally open a little card or a scratch card, and it would give you a number, and you would get a prize. And my friends did this a couple of times. I did it once, and I got some clear file covers, which is like a big thing over there. But this was exclusive to the lottery. It's like official Dragon Quest merch, and there's a bunch of different sleeves in there for file folders. And yeah, it's like ramen and Dragon Quest slimes is the feature set. So gonna throw somebody this along with some of the Pokemon Center merch that you stuff, some clear file things, and something from Artnia, which is one of the Square Enix cafes. So I think that's going to be the first pack. All you have to do to enter this is thumbs up and leave a comment on the video. Anybody leaves a comment and hits the like will be eligible. I'll announce the winner in the next vlog. Hope you enjoyed this. I've enjoyed unboxing it all, and now I've got to find space for it. There's going to be some cube rearranging. Thanks for liking, subscribing, and sharing, and I'll see you all soon.